All right, we are back, episode 51. And hit the 50 ball the other day, last week. 50 mark. Myself thought it was episode 60, but, you know.
Something like that.
It's all good. We back here, you know.
You did.
And we're back with a special guest in the studio.
Big
Last
E.
time she got fucked up. I fucked up the address. Don't mind me.
Gotta do better.
Don't say your
That's
name.
definitely on me. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Eberechi.
Eberechi. I didn't want to botch the name.
Word.
There we
You'll
go.
get used to it.
I didn't want to botch it. You know me and names. Ain't good.
At all.
Nope.
No, we're supposed to do the
yes,
interview
yes.
from a while. Was it what, February? Supposed to do this, right? Or was it like January?
It's
'cause
still
she was the
cold
raffle
out.
winner.
And she did the raffle winner because we did a raffle beginning of the year for a special guest to come on the podcast, and she
Thanks.
won.
Congrats again.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
We are here, finally, in the flesh. You want to start the questions, Zari? Queen Zari, go ahead, Queen. Go ahead, man.
Oh Jesus. How did you get started in music? Like, what was your inspiration?
I really got started in church.
Okay.
Oh, church girl, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And when I was like around 5, I really started writing first. Then I learned how to harmonize before I learned how to sing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Beyonce, Chris Brown, and Michael Jackson came into my life in that order. And it was just up from there. Like I was
Those
just like,
are
yeah,
all
this is
Up
what
and
I'm
it's
doing.
stuck, as the kids
Yeah.
say. Up and it's stuck.
You said 5?
Yeah.
Like you
I started writing like little. It
Yeah.
was terrible,
Well,
but yeah,
that's still like wow, like at 5, like you
Yeah.
realize that's what you wanted to do.
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, at five, I was picking my nose at 5, man.
I mean, I was still doing that, but like,
Ain't what I
I was
wanted to
thinking
do.
too, like, I want to do that.
Right. How's like when how that training go? Like vocalizing, like finding your voice and stuff like that.
You know, I'm still going through that now. Actually, I've been singing for years, and it's like it's something I always overlooked. I've been in choir. You know, I know things about melodies, harmonies, notes, and things like that. But like really understanding my throat and like how to get a sound out that I really want to get out. That's something I started practicing maybe 2019 when I started recording.
Got you.
That's what like really opened my mind. Like, okay, like what's my actual sound? You know.
Got you. Do you like feel compelled of like the sound that's happening now? It's like for example, like SZA and Summer Walker can possibly be like in the same, like bunched up together, like those
Same
type of
genre?
singers. Yeah.
Right. So at first I didn't, and then I was with this label, and I started to feel like, okay, like I started to really strive to make a sound that would appease to, today's sound. But then like I got over it quick. I was like, yeah, no, because the music that the people around me loved the most was my most authentic creation. So it was like, yeah, that's a ticket out, you know?
Yeah. Like staying true to yourself.
Exactly. It's always a ticket out.
Nah, cause I want to sing so bad, bro.
Sing your heart out. Go ahead.
Someone once told me that everyone does have the ability to sing. You just have to learn how to use your voice.
That's
And
it.
she was like a vocal coach, so she says everyone has the ability. You just have to learn how to use your voice.
You a vocal
it.
coach?
No,
No.
I'm saying like the
Oh.
person I met.
I was like, how
no,
much you charge?
He was like, wait, hold
Oh,
up.
God.
God damn. I only
He's ready
said
to hire you real
Yeah.
quick.
it's like cause like I'm an artist myself, right? And it's like my parents sing. I don't. So it's like if you want to bring it to like anime terms, I'm like Naruto trying to figure out how to use like all my ninjutsu. Like I got the beast in me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's still like I have to go through the trials and tribulations to find out my true power.
Right.
You feel me? And these motherfuckers just be off the whim. I'm like, all right, so I just resorted to rap.
How when I was in the kitchen and shit,
Right.
you staring, you was like, I can't sing what y'all think. That's crazy.
So, nah, I feel like cause singing is like a superpower, bro. I feel like if you could sing, you could do anything.
Really?
Like literally, like you could speak to people, you can rap, you can. I'm telling you.
Yeah, a lot of
That-
singers.
I
It
never
reaches-
thought of it that way.
It reaches so
I'm
many
trying
people.
to tell you.
like,
Try
yeah.
it. Try it.
Yeah.
next time.
Said try.
I'm telling you, if you can sing, like I like when I study artists who like sing, like just know how to sing, like Chris Brown or like even like Bryson Tiller and stuff like that. Though they use autotune, but like if you hear them naturally, like they could just
still
do it
go,
off the
yeah.
whim.
Yeah.
You can do anything. Like literally vocally, you can
Yeah.
do anything if you really know how to sing. And you know like what your voice is supposed to sound like.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
I never like really
I thought about
thought of
that.
it. Yeah, like that.
It's like the same thing with Drake. Like Drake knows he can't sing.
They can sing to a certain extent.
I mean like
yeah,
He can
He's-
hold the tune. Like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But he's been in the industry for so long and he knows how to act.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if you know how to, it's like the same thing. If you know how to
Okay.
act,
It goes hand in
you
hand.
kind of know how to portray that. If you had to act as a rapper, you can learn that. You know what I'm saying?
Are you saying Drake is acting like a rapper?
Hey, you might
He
be on to
was
something.
acting to get
Never know.
higher in
Nah,
his music
I'm fucking
career
with you.
Mm-hmm.
because he started out acting first. So like he used that to like
Mm-hmm.
start opening doors for his music career.
But nobody took him seriously though when he like first started rapping.
Yeah,
Yo,
'cause
like,
he-
look at
He
this.
wouldn't, like he was an actor. Like
He was
as
the grassy
yeah, exactly.
in a wheelchair.
Come and rescue. Alright.
But,
He
then-
played Jimmy.
I know.
but that's the thing. Like
I ain't watched that show. to
from
be
him
honest.
being an actor, he probably knew how to write.
Mm-hmm.
Being in those rooms, how writers, you know how to they plot things out and shit like that. So when I'm pretty sure when Drake writes a song, he's already seeing like a visual. You know what I'm saying? So he already knows like which bar is gonna go somewhere and shit
Right.
like that. Like as for singers, they already know what the melody is gonna be like. They already know how how the atmosphere they want it to be. You feel
Okay.
me?
Yeah, I
makes
feel like he
sense.
was already in that like that space. He just perfected his craft because like again, acting opened doors for him.
That's a fact.
Acting opened doors for him. Like he wound up going to Juilliard after that. So it's
Mm.
like he was able to perfect his craft and learn more stuff about the music industry to get him to where he is now. So like how you said, I feel like he already had the vision. It's just about executing it. So that helped him in a way.
Facts. And he's Jewish, so that plays a part.
I ain't trying to get canceled like Kyrie. We love the Jewish people
Ah, yeah,
over here at
sure.
Steve Pooh Podcast. All right, so I have a question. What genre do you think your music is for? What type of genre?
Pop, because it's really general.
Ooh, pop make you feel
Yeah.
feel good.
Yeah.
You feel like you make pop music?
I mean, pop is really popular music, so
Right.
it's like, I would call it pop.
I feel like you
because
make
I
like
feel
soul, like that, like feel good music, that soul music.
Yeah, facts.
I mean, the thing is like being a Michael Jackson fan. Technically, all his songs were soul, but it was under pop.
Yeah,
You get what I'm
true.
saying? Pop
Okay.
is what like gives you that audience. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
definitely.
Got
So
you.
we're gonna call it pop. Yeah.
I could do that. Like listening to your music, I could definitely hear it like on like movies and Netflix shows. And shit like that.
Yeah. I'm praying. That would
Hey.
be tough.
I'm put you.
Matter
On,
of fact, it's here right now.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you on game right quick.
Uh-huh.
So if you want to get your song on a show, just go to whatever show that is.
Find the music producer.
Mm-hmm. Go to IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
Find out who handled the music.
Ooh.
I watched a YouTube video on
Yeah.
that. Okay, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, go there. They got their email on IMDb, so you can just hit them up like, hey, I'm kidding. Put my shit on your next shit.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I could really see you on like Insecure.
It's okay.
Oh,
She
I've
making
never
a
watched
spinoff.
Who-
I haven't watched
Who,
it either.
okay.
What's the name for Issa Rae?
Issa Rae. It's called
I did watch Secure. Well, not
No,
Secure.
I haven't.
What's it called?
what?
Yeah, that was it.
The show is called what?
Insecure?
Okay, I never watched it before. The show.
Me either.
No, yeah, I haven't.
I
seen
just
I
it.
saw
know a lot
like
of people
I saw like the end of the season. I was like by like somebody's house. I was like, oh,
No, yeah,
nice
everyone
show.
talks about it. They was like, "Oh, you should watch it." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, well, one day." I just haven't got around to doing it. So,
Dig
but
it.
no, yeah, I like your vibe. But I can
Thank
definitely
you.
see
I like
it.
all of your vibes. I mean, I like you guys too, but
Yeah.
I love the vibe here. I feel very comfortable. Yeah.
That's what we aim to do. We don't want you to feel like out of place or uncomfortable. Like we're here
Right.
to ease your nerves. Like you'll be
I
fine.
feel it.
You got
she
it.
don't
yeah.
bite, he don't bite. You know, I don't
Yeah.
bite.
You told me at the door. I
Oh,
was
yeah?
like, yeah.
She was there. I was like, calm down. We don't bite up here. To the Pooh Podcast. Maybe Zaria, but so anywho.
This is what I deal with.
I can't. I
This is what I
can't.
All right, so I'm gonna play a song that I like from your EP.
Mm-hmm.
It's called "Call Back."
That's that shit.
And
I appreciate that so
ooh
much.
yeah.
That's that. MySpace. I like that.
He trying to be your background.
I got
Trying to be
you.
background
He
dancer.
trying to be your background.
Callback is actually one of my favorite songs I've ever done.
Word.
So, bop.
Make you
Was this
feel-
about somebody?
Make you
I
feel
was gonna ask
good.
that question. I know it's probably about an ex
Was
boo,
it
current
about
boo,
somebody?
a fuck
Hold
nigga
on.
who did you wrong.
You want to know what's actually funny?
Yup.
Yup.
I wrote this like when I first started talking to someone, and not like it was the beginning of the
Yeah.
relationship, but everything I wrote in the song happened. So like
okay.
I don't know, like
Predicting the
everything
future.
in the song
For real.
happened afterwards, and I'm like,
Fuck.
Like it.
at this point,
Then
I'm
a
trying to
few
tell people
times.
like, yo, it's scary out here. But yeah,
Was
It's
that
scary.
foreshadowing there?
Damn.
So what was the process making that song then, like callback?
well, I was at my favorite studio in Patterson. Shout out to Grim.
Got my boy Grim.
Yeah, it was like my first time really like freestyling kind of, but not like obviously not freestyling straight through, just going line by line and just
Gotcha.
on the top of the dome, just feeling it. And it was my favorite song to do. Like finished it in one day.
Hey.
Of course, I went back to it, did touch-ups,
Yeah.
but for the most part, and I don't know, I just felt free, and I was like, this might be the format to making my music. I ain't stick with it, but it was nice at the time, yeah.
So it's like, would you rather hear like the melody first and then write the lyrics, or do you
Yeah.
write the lyrics and then?
See, it depends. For the most part, I would prefer to do melodies first. Like I like doing my gibberish first
Yeah.
and then go back and write. But sometimes, you know when creative energy flows, it does what it does. So sometimes
Yeah.
I really just pick up my notebook and start writing. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So like, when you do have those moments where you start writing first, do you wait till you find like the perfect melody, or do you kind of like create your own?
When I start writing first, I don't really once I get the beat, like it's so many different ways to go about it, but once I find a beat and it's like, okay, I feel like this will vibe with what I wrote the other day,
Yeah.
I still kind of freestyle the melody. Like I'll gibberish the melody and just try to fit the words in where it makes sense. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that.
Yeah.
Do you have anything? What's the word I'm trying to look for? I'm trying to get toxic.
Come on, Street Approved Podcast.
Oh boy.
These two are the toxic kings.
Don't get me
Just
started.
Throwing that out there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, let's deep dive into like a little. Let's get a little sensitive.
I already know where niggas going. I already know where he going with this.
What song would you say were you the most vulnerable?
That's a good question.
You can call back. Bob, man. I'll playing shit in the car today and come to Jersey.
Oh my god, I appreciate that. Honestly, the song I would say that I made that's the most vulnerable isn't out yet.
Okay.
Exclusive.
That's what I like to hear.
Exclusive.
Definitely not
can't-
out yet.
Can't play for the podcast.
Honestly, that's something I'm working on. I feel like none of the music I have out is really deep like that. You know, I'm really still again trying to find my voice, find my sound.
Got you.
You know, I feel like I found it now. But I definitely stay tuned for like more vulnerable music for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Forward to that.
Okay.
You can't wait for that.
I can wait for that.
So do you have any like new music coming out soon, or like any like EPs?
No.
No?
I've just been, we're going to call it touring. Just
Okay.
shows after shows
Hey.
after shows, because I found that, especially like growing up in choir, like low key, my first love is performing.
Yeah.
And I realized that last year, and I'm just like, okay, instead of trying to go the traditional route where it's like I'm focusing on streams and like putting out music consistently, let me
Perform.
get my name out
Get
there
your
by
yeah.
performing. Yeah, let me be known as a performer and entertainer, because at the end of the day, I look up to Michael Jackson, Beyonce,
Yeah.
Chris Brown.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
Performers.
I feel like that's me being myself, you know?
She
Yeah.
could fucking perform.
Who?
Trust me.
Jesus Christ. Oh, me?
yeah.
I thought you were talking about
yeah.
Beyonce.
I mean, yeah, her too. But
Yeah, her too.
Thank you.
yeah, I got, you know what I'm saying? Like, she is, I remember at our show.
Oh, same show. Right? You went to the same show, right?
Mm-hmm. She was the first performer,
Mhm.
and she made it hard for motherfuckers.
Ooh.
I just say
Setting
that.
the bar. Okay.
Because she, not only did she do the song she has out now, but she did them live. No backing vocals, no nothing.
That's one thing too that I like. I don't hate, but like I feel like more artists shouldn't like have their song playing on the
In the
background and like rapping over it
Over
or like
it.
speaking over it. I rather like hear like you actually like
They're
sing the
raw.
vocals, sing the
Now-
song.
I gotta say something about that.
That's a slippery slope.
That's it.
Like,
I think it depends on the intention. If it's just pure laziness, then maybe, you know, the audience won't appreciate it as much.
Okay.
However, I gotta, you know, stick up for my people that be singing over the tracks, because I still do that, right?
Okay.
It's just
I do too.
I'm an ad-libber. You get what I'm saying? And when I like someone like Chris Brown, like that's what he does.
Yeah.
You know, like he'll have the whole track playing, right? But he's ad-libbing the out of the whole song, really
you
just
can
doing
cuss,
runs.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that, and I peep that might actually be my performance
It adds
style.
a different experience.
Yeah,
to
it does,
it adds a
because
different
especially with like the songs that I create and being in this time, you know, they're not as, you know, how the ballads back in the day were, where you could really sit there, use your breathing technique and really create a clean note. I'm dancing, I'm basically singing, rapping. It is
Yeah.
so hard to like hit all these different notes and like really fast singing and all of that, moving and live. Granted, it can happen. It's not gonna sound great. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be training your whole life. But the singing, rapping style of today
Yeah.
is so hard. That's why when people like, oh, like, you know, they don't sound good live. It's like, you have to understand, like,
They're
they're
doing
not
so
singing
much
I
in
Will
that,
Always
yeah.
Love You. Like, they're
Yeah.
singing, then and it's like they're moving, and it's hard. It's, yeah.
That's
Okay,
a talent
granted.
within itself, like trying to
It
sing
is.
and dance at the same time. Like what you said with the breathing techniques, like I used to competitively dance and like
Yo, dance
when
with
I
you.
told
You got to dance for the pod one day. You talk about the dancing.
Jesus, no.
Every time.
If you are into dancing, please
Do
hit
your
me.
dance.
Okay.
I got dances.
At the live show, June 24th, Zara will be performing live dancing for everybody.
No, I'm
Period.
not.
Shit.
No,
I
I'm
got
not.
it. What needs
But
Zara?
like I competed in tap, and like we would be moving so fast, like I
You
don't
tap
like.
dance?
Yeah.
Oh no, I got to see Zara tap dance.
So like we would be moving so fast, like all of our dances were like mad fast. Like I remember there's one year we did Alvin and the Chipmunks, so like our costume was literally like it was a sauna suit. Like when I tell you we would be coming like
wow.
moving so fast and we would be drenched in like sweat. So like I couldn't even imagine trying to sing while doing
While
that.
doing
Like
that,
it's
yeah.
crazy. So like that's a talent within itself
Right.
for those people who are able to do it like even the slightest.
Right.
So yeah.
Literally, and that's why I appreciate the heck out of Beyonce, because it's like, you know, people are always trying to find, you know, oh, that song sounds like she lip syncing,
Yeah.
or like, oh, she don't even sound that good. I'm just like,
Trying to nitpick.
yo,
Yeah.
she is in heels, dancing for
Yup.
2 hours straight, singing 90% of it live. And yeah, she not the greatest entertainer of
But
our
they
time.
can't they can't do it though. Like it's always be the people
Yeah,
who can't
that's-
do shit.
Like
who be
I
complaining.
just
For me?
And
I mean-
I think they also just don't understand. Like they don't, especially if you're not into music, you're not gonna sit there and try
Yeah,
to
exactly,
understand. You
yeah.
get what I'm saying? So I try not to come at them, because I would be a hypocrite too. They coming at her, I'm coming at them.
Yeah.
But it be
Facts. But I think this all stems from like the old heads, you feel me?
Yeah.
Cause like that's what the old heads did back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just like
When they perform,
Like
it was
the
just the
singing
instrumental
and
and
yeah.
just
doom
them
doom
performing.
doom
Right.
doom.
You know what I'm saying? But now, like I said, like we was having that conversation before, we in a digital era.
Right.
You feel me? And the rap style is different. I couldn't see motherfuckers rapping over an instrumental doing drill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The way that style is, and
Yeah.
because I don't know what the fuck they be saying. half
They be
the
just
time.
screaming and fucking saying gra. Basically.
I don't know what the fuck we saying, but it be hard though. You know what I'm saying? So you really can't come like I get it if the track is whack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you trying to rap, like you trying to perform, like performing in itself is like a fear for other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then say you're already rapping fast on your song and you trying to do that live for the first time, niggas is nervous as hell. You know what I'm saying? But after a while, like you said, it comes with practice and shit like that. So
Right.
I just did a show and I think it was like some dude out of Patterson. He was like, they say he was rapping over his tracks, but like they thought he was doing it acapella type shit with just the instrumental, but his vocals were just like super low. Whereas he won first place to where the dude who performed first did everything himself. So it's just like,
That's weird. That's
what,
kind of like fucked up.
what are y'all really listening for? You
Yeah.
know what I'm
I
saying?
think it's more so like it. Like I feel like nowadays they don't care about you're able to do this. Just who put on the better show, who got the crowd litter. You know what I'm saying? Like who had the better, experience as a whole.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, because I used to, hate on the way things are nowadays. Not to say anybody is hating, but I had to like really being in this. I had to really sit and realize that yes, talent plays a part, but you have to make that talent into something that is truly marketable.
Facts.
And that's just that. Like,
That's
ain't
it.
no going around it.
Have all the
Talent
talent in the
itself
world.
Ice
doesn't
Spice,
sell.
basically.
Yeah, we had this conversation last
see.
time though.
Nah,
like,
all right.
yeah.
She got talent, though.
Segue. No.
She do. We gotta admit it, bro.
No, yeah, she do.
Because look,
No, she does.
She
though.
got
I'm saying
swag
she
in
does,
her
though.
in her flow, too.
she's
like you said.
she's marketable.
She's marketable. She's
But it
marketable
could
as
be
fuck.
like how you said last time though. She could be playing that part because she knows that's what's selling right now, and she could
Of
be like
course.
tricking everyone out here and be like, these motherfuckers don't even know the half of it.
What
Like
me
how you
checking out is
said.
what though? Like her like stage presence and like
Like
performances.
yeah, like
wise?
she could
Yeah.
be like giving
I
us
don't
what
think-
we
nah.
But
want
a
right
lot
now.
of people fall for that, bro.
Yeah.
Like the ones who really know about this music shit know that's like terrible.
Fucking bare minimum.
Yeah, but like if you on drugs at fucking Rolling Loud, you see Ice Spice come out and she's singing
Just fucking
like
bend
everybody
over.
sing the song that she
Like, you gonna
know,
be- yeah,
and
you
she
gonna
just
do
out
it.
there shaking ass and shit like that. They gonna be like, yeah, that's what we came in for. But us, we just sit in the back like, look at this motherfucker, bro.
Timmy over here.
Because it's like we're thinking like, damn, it's that easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And this motherfuckers who've been doing this music shit for who the fuck knows how long.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And women could just come out here, shake their ass, and say a couple bars again.
Yeah.
But you know what it is,
That's
though?
facts.
I see
That's
what you're
another
saying,
stigma.
of course. But I feel like it's like I'm under the impression that I want to be paid to be myself, right?
That's a
And
bar.
being yourself is years of mental work of its own. So
Right.
that's already a 24/7 job of its own. So it's like when I look at Ice Spice, even though at first I was like, okay, because I heard the song first before I dived into her, and I was like, okay, But once like I watched some of her interviews and I read the interview she had with Erykah Badu, seeing her mindset and seeing that she's really just having fun and she's getting paid to have fun.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's really hard to be yourself in front of millions.
That's a fact.
That's what makes someone famous, and that's where like that thing about them, oh my God, there's just something about them like comes from. And I peeped like even with like people like Michael, I mean, he didn't have a choice. Like he did it since he was 5, so it was just a part of him. Beyonce, it's just like they're just them, like you could tell they're themselves. And that's one of the hardest things, especially in our generation with like social media, and everyone's trying to be a certain image.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Being yourself, that's the ticket out. Like it's, so I don't know. I feel like the fact that she's succeeding, she's getting paid, it's like
yeah, for
she
sure.
definitely like she's living the dream. Like everybody wants to be paid to just be themselves. And I think everybody can. It's just really getting rid of all those demons and.
But I think that's a two-way street because like sometimes trying to be yourself can like fuck up the bag in certain industries.
Because not everyone's gonna accept it.
Exactly.
Like, they're not gonna want to sell who you actually are. They want to sell what they want to sell to get the money. So like, I get where both of you like are saying. Like, I agree with you though too. Where it's like, being yourself can be the ticket out because it sets you apart from everybody else. But in the same like respect, what he's trying to say is that not everyone's gonna accept who you are. They're gonna be like, nah, this is what we want. So if you want to make money, you got to become this person.
I think, you know, life is full of duality. Yeah. So I would say, and then this is tough to say, but I feel like if you're being yourself and the venue you're trying to go down isn't working, I feel like follow the map of yourself. So go where it does work. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, like I know some people who've been doing music for a long time, but it's almost like a chore now because it's like, oh, no one's accepting me. And then you have to also understand it's a mindset thing, right? As within, so without. So the people that's out here and they're just like, oh, you know, they're not gonna accept me. Like they get one no, or they get like maybe 5 no's, and then now they walk in with the mindset they still going physically, granted, but in their mind they gave up. Like because they like, me no, oh yeah, we in a time like they not gonna let me be myself. Like it's this like programming that it's like, okay, I got a couple of no's. Oh yeah, F them. Like F this society. Like they ain't never gonna let me be myself and make it. That's all you're gonna attract them.
Yeah,
exactly. You know.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, life is wicked.
I remember I had a dude from fucking.
Shout him out.
Nah, I had a executive from Empire. No, was it Empire? No, Capitol Records. Sorry. He said I had to dye my hair blue.
Blue.
I had to dye my hair blue.
To get what fucking popping?
Yeah.
By them?
That's all I had to do. Dye my hair blue.
Why?
Mind you, it's like 8:00 in the morning. I look like shit right now. I'm like, bro, I'm not dyeing my fucking hair blue. Right. So that's why I brought up to the point where it's like, I'm not doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of these labels want you to do what's happening now.
The trend, pretty much.
Yeah. Say if you have the music, but you don't have the look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're going to end up being a writer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shit.
No, that's what they be doing, though, and it sucks. But that's why, like, when it comes to, like, these labels, like, people like, again, I'm going to keep saying their names. Y'all, please forgive me.
Nah, go ahead.
But Beyonce, people like Jay-Z, like, people who are really successful in the industry never follow the rules. They'll play the game for a while and F everybody up in that label. And then I remember, I wasn't there. But Beyonce always, from the beginning of her time, she was always fighting her label because they wanted her to do something and she was like, no. But she was already hot. Right. And I think that's why it's so important to get hot first because exactly. Like the people who, you know, they call them like industry plants or whatever, they never make it, they never last that long. Because
they're trending now.
Exactly. Yeah. They're too tapped into, you know, what I refer like the masculine energy with the labels one. There's like, oh, there's a certain formula, this works, so follow this, that, and that. Completely ignoring like the creative side and letting, you know, that spirit flow and really bringing something new to the table. That's why certain people are here for 15 plus years, but they're the ones who are fighting to get their masters, end up dying all of a sudden. We're not gonna get into that.
Yeah, I think that's
like Prince, my guy.
The part that you were trying to say, like with the label, like trying to make you dye your hair blue, and you said no. I think that's what she was getting at. Like, if you say true to yourself, you're gonna follow a path that works for you. Like, you're not gonna be.
That's what I'm saying. It's a two-way street because like you can, you know, it's lucky enough for you to be yourself, like Ice Spice, and get the bag. But most of the time, it's like labels want you to do other shit, like fucking. Like I said, dye your hair blue. I feel like that's dye your hair blue and do like a whole different type of genre.
They look for people that they can mold. People who don't have that strong
mindset. Like building something that they don't want to be.
And that's another reason I praise Ice Spice, because she, like, you could tell her mind, it's millions of people telling her she's ass. and she's still going. That's a steel like mind, and it takes years to develop that. I can't even sit here and say I can do that. I'm working towards it. But to sit here and every time I look at my phone, someone's telling me I'm trash, give up on your dreams.
Yeah, that's kinda
like,
wild.
Yeah.
that's wild. So it really is a mindset thing, and I'm learning. It's tough, but I'm learning.
I say that money make it different. I'm
I'm
telling you. I'm like, I'm ass, but I got $1 million in my bank right
I'm saying,
now.
you can't, you're not touching me.
So who would you, if you, when you get the chance, because it's coming, who would you like to perform with or open up for?
Chris Brown?
Yeah.
Right? Hey,
Yeah.
another Chris
I
Brown fan
think
over
Chris
here.
Brown is
Yeah.
first, and then
Ain't
Beyonce.
ain't no way I'm gonna let you. Okay,
Hey,
that's a bop.
I'm telling you, you're trying to be someone backup singer over here.
Yo, either Marcellus or you background dancer or something.
got you.
Put me on the pop lock and drop it.
Oh goodness.
Hot lock and drop it. Damn.
Remember that shit back in the day? Knees was hurting. Yo, he was cracking. Pop lock and cracking. God damn. What a time to be alive, man. What a time to be alive.
Facts. Is there a performance where you felt like that told you like, all right, this is what I need to do?
There definitely is. Sorry.
No, you good. You good. Take
Definitely.
Feel the noise.
I had this performance in New York at Drome. It was my first time like really like selling tickets. I sold 11.
Hey.
Hey.
Nah, them tickets is hard to sell out
It's
here.
so hard, and they were $30. I was like,
That 30 bones, I was like, I don't got it right,
Right.
now. I don't know.
But you know, I effed myself one time though. Sorry, I'm sidetracking a little bit. But I effed myself one time. There was a show in Orange, and they told me it was last minute, and they told me if you wanted to perform, you got to sell at least 10 tickets. I was like, I already told them like in my head. I'm like, oh, I told them, okay, cool. But in my head, I'm just like, yeah, I'm not getting that.
Yeah.
I posted it on my story because I was like, okay, let me try. But again, that mind thing in my head, I was like, it's not happening.
Yeah.
I ended up, I was like, all right, I'm just not gonna go. I hit them up, hey, I can't make it. My friend, shout out to Kai, she's an artist as well. She called me like, yo, where you at? I'm like, what do you mean, where am I? She was like, yo, there's literally her and 6 other dudes that were there. Her friend and 6 other dudes that were there. And they all came to see me perform.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in bed at home an hour and a half away, like, are you...
Oh my God.
I wanted
crazy.
to scream so bad. That was the last time I did that. So this New York show, when they told me tickets, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. $30 ain't nothing. I'm gonna just do it. And the outcome, how I felt on stage, that was one of the first times I really like completely let loose, like go bonkers and not care. I had my lash was coming off. My sister had to come on stage and take them both off because what's the point?
Yeah.
And I was like, this, now I know what artists mean when they say it's liberating because you're being yourself. It's really all it is. And it felt so great. So I was like, yeah, this is it.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So that was the turning point for you.
It's
then.
different.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, yo, when it comes, I remember the first time I had to sell tickets. No, because that really tells you who really fucks with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
And sometimes it's hard. You
And it's
don't even
hard.
want to know.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to tell them the price. You feel me?
How about one from you too? One time, how about a ticket from Marcellus?
Facts.
He hit me up. I'm like, I got you, my boy.
Appreciate you.
Period.
But nah, that's something as an artist, like, we got to go through. You know what I'm saying?
Those realizations.
Mm-hmm.
People don't mess with you the way you think
But when
they
we make
do.
that shit happen, that shit is
Period. They gonna be knocking on the door.
No, it's
Yeah,
also
good.
quite hate though. Like friends don't support friends out of like these like I'm trying to say this like
like the business.
not business, but it's hard for your like close friends to like support you sometimes because they
Yeah.
just like supporting like celebrities and shit like that. Like and shit like
Exactly.
yo big bro like he don't know you nigga like
Or they
I had
always
to
looking
get
for
rid
a
of them.
discount or something.
yeah
Yeah.
it's just like shit like that is kind of annoying. Like as
It
a creator,
Right.
person with a business, like you see your friends support other people that they don't even know from a fucking can of paint.
At
But when you
all.
post something, they don't know like, no share, no nothing. It's kind of annoying, you know.
That's why I
Kinda
believe in
frustrating.
like Soul Tribe because it's like like I call like, and this is no shade to anybody, but
no
I call
shade.
like,
All shade.
I call like the friends that I'm not really vibing with anymore that refuse to support me I call them karmic friends. Like
Karmic?
they're here, karmic. Yeah, they're here to teach me a
It's a
lesson.
carpet. Oh, like that.
No, karmic friends. They taught me a lesson in this lifetime, and karmic things come and go. You know, there's cycles. But then like the people that like ever since I started recording, you know, people I'm meeting at these shows, people I'm meeting at these interviews, and all the stuff that are kind of going, like have the same kind of vision, they're the people that's popping up. And it's like, okay, now this is the soul tribe. I'm meeting people that's aligned with my purpose, or what I believe to be my purpose. So it used to eat me up at first, but I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm gonna meet new people, and we outside.
Hey. You heard her here.
Outside. Here.
Do you have any hobbies outside of music?
Yeah. I like anime.
I'm getting into it.
Too.
Yeah, I
What's
love
your
I
favorite
don't.
show?
One Piece.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
don't watch anime. I
Anime. One Piece is
I'm
crazy
into
right
it
now.
now. Like I'm
Yo,
starting to.
wait, are you caught
guess
up?
I'm the lone soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta, you know.
I'm like 4 episodes behind though. Like I have to catch up like 4.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. I heard though that like the last episode.
Yeah.
Okay, next. I don't even
I
want to
was
hear
like,
about
y'all
it.
having a moment. I was like, no,
Yeah.
continue. Go ahead. Go
It
ahead.
gets lit.
Yeah, no, it's not a lot of One Piece fans out there. So like
At
once I
all.
found, I'm just like, yeah.
Because it's like it's almost 2,000 episodes deep. Mind you,
Yeah.
One Piece been out since we were like,
1999.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, my boys watched that. I think Eric
I mean, I've
and
heard of
Bees.
it, but I don't watch it.
Eric and Bees watched that.
You said the other one?
No, I said Eric and Bees. I say other one. Don't disrespect me. Other what?
I don't know. You said Eric Beebs and the other one. I could have
Oh,
swore you said the
I
other
probably
one.
did. Start beat on.
Damn.
They all watch anime and shit like that in the group chat. I was
Yeah,
like,
I'm
I was
getting
like,
into
yeah,
it.
cool. So,
Hey.
what?
I'm getting into watching anime. I'm getting into it.
Period.
Oh, y'all watch Power? Anybody watch Power in here? Power?
I stopped watching it.
I gotta start it. I still gotta
Season
start
finale
it.
just came
You
out
didn't
last
even
night.
like you never even seen any episodes.
Which
Nah,
one,
because
though?
when Power was out, I was watching Empire.
Oh.
And then after
See, I was watching both.
after the third season, the
Yeah,
shit just got
yeah, I was
added.
watching both and then I
like,
stopped.
No, but Power. What the first Power you didn't see? Like first season, like the first original Power. Oh, you bugging?
Nothing.
Nothing.
That's
You got-
crazy.
I was in
You gotta catch up.
college.
But that's a good.
You got
That's
a
a
lot
good
to
show.
catch up on. They have like
I do.
3 different spin-offs, right? No, 2.
Then they got no.
2,
They
right?
got
'Cause
no.
Tommy and
They got 3.
It's
They got
3?
they got Raising Kanan. They got Force
yeah,
with
3.
Tommy
Yep.
and probably 2 Ghosts with Tariq.
Yep. So there's like 3 spin-offs already from that
Season
one
finale
show.
just happened last night, so I wanted to like. Yeah, I saw it now, but never mind.
Sorry, bro.
Nah, yeah, I can't talk about
That
that.
was
with
crazy
you
out there.
right now.
All right,
You wanna be a
sorry.
gangster so bad.
For real, like what is going on?
Even a little gun in my pocket.
Okay, John
Little
Morant.
glizzy.
Yo, relax.
Hey, Dumb Rant crazy. We ain't talking about Dumb Rant no more.
At all.
All right, so
We about to get into.
Wait, I want to know what's your favorite song
I just,
that you.
I just put the axe. Hey, go ahead, sorry. Go.
Y'all are hilarious. I can't.
What is your favorite song? Like, yo, stop. You want to say it?
No, go.
No, go ahead. Because I feel like you harboring something.
Go, Quincy.
Get your friend. Get your friend.
Got it.
Okay.
Go.
What's your favorite song that you've ever written or released?
Call back.
That was
Let's
good.
play it again. It's like, nah.
Nah, that song is
definitely
fire.
Call back. Because I think other than the process of it, also like the fact that everything happened afterwards, I guess that would be my most vulnerable
Yeah.
song.
So
It's just
far?
reverse. Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
weird. But like, yeah, no, it was, yeah, I like
He
that.
said, yeah. So what song do y'all like from her?
I
Gotcha.
like to call back too.
Nah.
Don't agree.
I
Thank
like,
you.
Pick a different song.
Sorry, I gotta.
Nah, do your
Wow.
thing.
I like the whole MySpace EP.
Thank you.
Let me see.
What
Thank you
it's,
so much.
Since I can't pick the
Something
same song.
later. Is it something? It's on the tip of my tongue.
Hey, you.
Wow.
Stranger on this side. Is it Stranger?
Is it? Yes.
What stranger? What stranger?
Stranger on this side of town.
Yes.
SOT. Shout out to Toby.
This is the one I could hear on TV and just everywhere, like shows, movies. This shit is fire. I like this.
Thank
Just
you.
flowing, you know, you're just flowing today.
Thanks.
Come on now.
Yeah, what's the name, Marcellus? Eberechi, what's the A?
Big E. Dad, that shit fire,
Thank
bro.
you.
No, but like all your songs are a vibe though.
Thank
Like
you.
yeah, all of them.
God damn. Like, all right. So a nigga that's trying to sing, right?
Talk to me.
Like, how do you like discover like what you want to sound like? Is it from listening to other artists and you try to like mimic, or and then eventually you go your own way, or like how does that work?
For me personally, I studied who I naturally love the most,
Okay.
because I feel like what you love, that's your personality. You know, so again, Michael, Beyonce, Chris Brown. I'm sorry, guys, but really like studying like when I not even because I'm not sitting here writing notes on what they're doing, but like
Right.
I'm instead of listening and like putting the music on as like background, I'm really listening. Like every time one of them three is on, I'm really paying attention. And then the more I do that, the more I'm present when I'm listening to them, it comes out naturally. But that's something that I did recently. So like about 2 years ago, I really started listening for real. Because I'm like, I feel like I listen to music, but I'm not really listening. You know what I mean? Like,
Gotcha.
I'm not like, I know the words. I could sing the whole thing. I know the melody. But for some reason, like, it was a disconnect. And I was like, okay, I need to find that connection again. And then once I did, I found myself, okay, and my sound is starting to come off more authentic, and I'm hearing it. And then also working with a good engineer will bring that out.
Facts.
I gotta tell y'all, shout out to B.I. Yo, a lot of shout outs today.
B.E.M.S like a pump, like a. That's about to.
Oh my gosh, shout out to B.I. My first time, and shout out to DJ Mad as well. My
DJ
first
B-Mad
time
coming
working with B.I. There's a song we did, and it was when I was trying to find my sound, and he just kept telling me, do it over, do it over. He's like, it's missing something, like keep doing it. And I'm not gonna lie, I started to get annoyed, but I'm like, impressions are important, so I keep my mouth shut.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely
And
need
I
that.
appreciate it so much now, because I'm like, yo, I heard myself. Like, I told him, I had a session with him a couple days ago, and I was just like expressing my gratitude to him. Like, yo, I feel like that day I heard myself for the first time, and it felt like a new introduction to myself. So definitely a fire engineer that really is in tune for real, they'll bring that out as well.
Fucks with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're like,
Yo, he's over here thinking, calculating,
planning.
Yeah.
I don't know
As
how,
you should.
bro. I wanna sing so bad.
Do it.
I wanna sing so bad.
Just start working on your voice. Like, just,
I mean, I be like, ooh yeah. You know what I'm saying? I be
Period.
trying.
I mean, you just gotta keep practicing.
Yeah.
Again,
Little
like
something there.
you'll find your voice, and then once you get to that point, could start releasing songs where you
That's the
rap and
thing.
sing.
You can't overthink it. Most singers, like, some people get classically trained, but most singers, they just never shut up. And then at a point, they're just a beast. You just
See,
gotta sing.
My friend was like that. God rest her soul. Her voice was out of this world, but she just won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like she be
with
singing,
singer
but now I
friends.
get it. It's like damn. Like me now trying to sing, I just find myself singing all the time.
But,
I'm
like, see-
Yeah, me too. Shit in my room.
Retrospect, I know people who have like really good voices, but they don't sing. I'm
Right.
like, I
That would make
wish
me
I could
mad.
sing, and I'd be singing all the time. But it's like it don't sound as good as it would coming from you. Like I remember one time in high school, this girl I knew, she could sing, and someone asked her to sing a song, but she was like, "Only if you do it with me." I'm like, "Girl, I'm not the one who can sing. Like, why do I gotta sing with you? Like, what?"
Yeah.
So, and then I know another girl that I worked with. She was actually on that show.
That's a river.
No, what?
Where did that come from?
Chasing Destiny with Kelly Rowland. She was actually on that show. She has like a really good voice. I'm like, girl, you could make it out here. Like she has like that soulful voice. Like she said, she was little one day singing a Mariah Carey song at that, and I think she said her grandma or someone, her mom's like, "Oh, turn off the TV, like turn it down." They was like, "No, that's Tiana. Like that's her."
Wow,
like,
that's
like,
so
When
nice.
she was little.
Yeah.
So it's like she discovered it when she was young, and she's always just had that kind of natural talent, and like she's a bellower. Like she can
Belt, yeah.
like, and her voice is amazing, but she don't be singing like that. I'm like, if I could sing, I would be singing all the time. Like if I had a good voice, I would be singing
Yeah.
all the time. So are you the type to sing all the time, or are you like kind of in between?
I sing all the time by myself.
Okay.
When I'm with people, you know, I'm very aware. Like
Yeah.
if it's an energy and it's like, okay, right now I know they wouldn't mind me like, you know, singing. Like obviously I like hum to myself all the time, but like singing, like it's rare that like I'll just bust out singing in front of people. First of all, I'm not gonna pay you. So at the second that.
That is like run me my money.
Right. I mean most of these shows not paying me anyways. But like no, for the most part it's by myself.
Okay.
I don't shut up. Like the thing is the people that get it the worst is the people I live with, aka my family. Especially growing up. Once my sister gave me her keyboard, it was done up.
Yeah.
I was just, and I'll be screaming. I'm a belter too. Yeah.
Like, y'all gonna get these notes.
I mean, they, you know, they gave up after a while though. Cause what are you gonna do? I'm not gonna stop. Sorry.
Oh,
Nah, like my friends who could sing, I'm like their biggest supporter. Like keep going, keep singing. Like
We need more
that's
people
good.
like you out here.
Happens
No,
in
I
the
love it.
background.
Like I love like hearing people singing like music. Like even though I don't have the connection to it, like how you guys do, where I actually make it, like where I like either rap or sing. Like I love music. So, like I'll
Right.
listen to like music and actually listen to it for real sometimes. And it's like I'd be listening to like when they do the pauses, when they breathe and
Right.
stuff like that. But it's like
Yes.
I don't have that talent where I can actually like incorporate it in something. But it's like so I'm like the biggest supporter of people who actually do music for real. Like I love it.
That's so nice. Thank you. Yeah.
Welcome.
oh.
This cracked me up.
I'm sorry, it's the juice. I'm out.
juice.
This nigga is hilarious.
The juice that I never got.
Damn.
Yeah, Brian.
They blame me for the address
Messing
fuck
up
up
again.
first time.
It's all right.
He already said out of water. I was like,
God damn.
Yo.
Here we are. So is there any?
I was lit.
I don't know how much time we got, but anyway.
I was trying to got Marv.
Oh, we good.
10. Oh, damn, 10. I thought we had 2.
Is there any rules you go by like day to day? You know what I'm saying? Like a mantra almost.
I do. I'm scared to say though,
Why?
because it's a little controversial.
Say that
Like-
shit.
Nah, I'm very spiritual. I'm very in tune with myself. Let me say, because I feel like
Got you.
spiritual is like overused, but like, I definitely gratitude has been like my theme.
Mhm.
So like, wake up, thank you. I'm thinking, you know, the higher forces that I'm thinking, and really just thank you. And I actually just started doing that last month. Actually,
Yeah.
it's my new, you know, kind of
Little
thing.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And my life has changed drastically since then. So it's going to be permanent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that too.
Speaking of spiritual,
This is good.
I'm scared.
this topic I came across so it's like, what do you think is the beef? I won't even say a beef, but like Gen Z and millennials now with religion versus spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
So like growing up, you say you grew up in a church.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like as you aged more and started to learn more and become more aware, do you feel like you respected what religion was in your household, but as you became, like you said, more in tune with yourself, you started to drift off into spirituality?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Honestly,
a good question.
I don't see the difference between the two.
Gotcha.
And that's where that mindset is what made it seem as if I drifted off. Because, you know, just connecting with yourself and connecting with God, for me, is the same thing. Because,
Exactly.
like,
Like
you know what I'm
respect
saying?
and loyalty and
Yeah.
You know, and it's you know, everything is nothing is like, there's literally no other way to break it down. It's centuries and centuries of programming that creates this illusion of division,
right.
when we're really all doing the same thing. Every
Yep.
religion, like I didn't dive too deep into every single one of them, but I have a little knowledge of every one
A
of
little
them.
bit of everything. Yeah.
They're all teaching the same thing.
It's got
Just
different
in a
The
names.
only
different way,
difference
yeah.
with like religions is like there's different ascended masters. Like for Christians, it's Jesus. For, you know, Muslims, it's
Mom.
Muhammad. It's literally these ascended masters. And actually, I have a theory, but I'm not gonna get into that because it's like ridiculous. But you know, I just see it as a human. Like, God will send a human, right, to the world. Obviously, send a human to the world. It's not coming from the sky, from a baby. So there's going to be a special child, right? And this child is going to master, you know, being yourself quicker than a lot of people. So by the time they're an adult, they've mastered it and they become a teacher. That's why Jesus was a teacher, because he knew how to tap into that inner power. And it's like, that's why it's not to, you know, worship Jesus, it's to follow his teachings. Same thing with Muhammad. You don't worship Muhammad, you follow his teachings. But religion makes it like, oh no, you have to worship Jesus and you can't worship anything. Who told you to worship Jesus in the first place? Are y'all reading the same Bible I'm reading?
Right.
I agree with you 100%.
Same
like,
thing
I was
with church.
actually having that conversation with someone, like, I was like, spirituality or like God and all that, or however you call it, Allah, like, they're all essentially teaching the same thing. It's just that people get too caught up on the fact on names and places and stuff like that. And titles is like, you guys are all teaching the same thing, but in a different way. You do it based off of what you're comfortable with, like how they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Right. You, like, as people like of color, we're more comfortable when we speak about someone who's black. Right. Like, we feel more comfortable within that scenario, so that's who we're gonna place God as. And then some people say that God is a woman. Like, however you see it, we're all essentially believing in, like, searching for the same thing. Like, I agree with you 100%. Like, there is no division. I think people are too set on, like, names and titles and stuff, and where they create that division when they and they don't actually realize it's all the same thing.
And that's why I'll be trying to, like, I'll be talking to my dad, and my dad's a pastor. Yes.
Oh, shit.
There we go.
And
Got it.
we be talking, right? I've been opening up to him more recently. We be talking. I really be trying to ask him, like, do you understand that, like, the same way you're here and vouching on your life that your religion's the right religion, the Muslim across the street is doing the same thing. Y'all will argue all day, never gonna come to a conclusion. Why? Because it's the same thing. Like, I really be trying to get in, and sometimes he be quiet. I'm not gonna hold you, but it's like, I don't want to do too much because he got a church to run, and it's like, I don't want to mess your mind up too much.
That's what it comes down to.
But yeah, to go back, like what you were saying, I think, like, how you were saying, like, there's not really like a divide, is just because most of the time the separation comes from them being forced upon them. So, like, as they get older, they want to go away from that, but they don't realize, like, it actually is one and the same. Right. So it's like, you go to church, you're told you have to go to church. They take you to church, but once you get old enough to start making those decisions for yourself, you no longer want to go. You stop going. Right. But it's like, then you reach a point in your life where you kind of want to go back to it, but, like, not necessarily church. So then they get the spiritual aspect of it.
She does talk about how it feels sometimes too.
Yeah, no, that's literally. Oh, I'm sorry. No, you were talking first.
But a lot of people don't understand. It's like, Jesus said, why the fuck is there a church? He broke that shit. He's like, knock this shit the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just like,
do you think church is a scam?
Yes.
Okay. 50-50 with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Why you gotta? You better make me say some shit.
Are you gonna talk about offering?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a two-way street with offering.
Yeah.
You could do it right. You could do it wrong.
I was the wrong way.
You shouldn't have a Porsche.
Okay. Well, but
if you got other businesses, I get it. But don't be preaching like nonsense to motherfuckers. Like, you get this shit tomorrow. No, nigga, you gotta go through a fucking.
You put the church in the fucking 9/11.
The panorama, like,
nah, that's OD.
The way I see that though, is I.
I'm telling you.
But hear me though.
Go crazy.
Right. At the end of the day, if I am, like, let's say I'm actually, preaching something, I'm actually changing your life, right?
Right.
Life, like, love, the definition of love is give and take. Point blank, period. Right? In any form, it's give and take. If I am, it's the same thing as a preacher being an artist. I'm going to get paid. And in my calling, which is, for me, it's being an artist, I'm trying to get paid. So God called me to do this. I'm not trying to be an artist and be broke.
You still gotta make a living.
Exactly.
You still gotta make a living.
If God called me,
God told you to do something. I don't think He wanted you to get paid for it.
But like,
No,
I
but the
see
thing
where
is,
both
no,
of you are
but
coming from.
understand,
People
but-
take advantage of that though. Like some people, like the way you're saying. I get what you're trying to say.
but
No,
the thing
I
is,
feel you, I
don't
feel
know
you.
though, because God is a God of abundance. He wants you to be rich. Like that's kind of this notion that religion has kind of indoctrinated. Well, my belief that religion kind of indoctrinated people is that like working for God is like, and being humble means, you know, you can't be rich and you can't have wealth. It's like, it's kind of this negative thing with, you know, relating God to money. God is wealth. God is abundance.
But that's the thing. That's what I think that's what a lot of people get misconstrued with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because wealth and abundance can mean different things.
Right.
It doesn't really have to mean money.
Right.
But
that's how a lot of people take
if
it.
you got the pastor who got the panorama and a big ass house and you preaching about abundance and wealth, that's what the viewers are listening to.
But the
you know
thing
what I'm
is
saying?
though, like obviously if someone has negative intent, then that's just that. There's nothing
Yeah.
I can say about that. But if somebody who, you know, their members really bless them because his word and his stuff is really blessing them, that's an equal exchange, because it could be somebody could walk into church, hear one message, their whole life change.
That's true.
Is it really too crazy that they get paid so much? I feel like that's just a testament to how much they are loved. Again, those who do it for evil, that's their business. We're not
Right.
talking about them. But for those who are really getting blessed by the people they're blessing, I don't think it's fair to knock them, because what you want them to say no? This is literally God saying thank you for doing what I told you
Through
to
that
do.
person.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like there's nothing wrong with, if, again, hear me though. If they're on
Nah, you
that
got it.
pulpit and they're saying, oh, yeah, you know, give this offering. You have to give the offering. Like, if they're really like forcing it, like you have to give the offering. Granted, the Bible does say to do it. So if you follow that religion, you know, obviously like follow your.
Yeah.
But like if they're like, I don't know, if there's negative intent behind it, you know, seek that out and act accordingly. But if a pastor is getting blessed because he's doing his calling, again, a pastor and an artist is the same thing. Preaching is an art. Remember, you said if you know how to sing, you can do anything. I could go up there and preach right now. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
It's still an art. It's still something
fact.
that, you know, is bestowed upon you. So you getting paid, even if it's a ridiculous amount, I don't know. I don't see that as an issue, really. Yeah.
Oh, maybe because I just seen the negative my whole life.
See, that's
You
the
know what I'm
thing.
saying?
That's another thing.
And
like it was being forced on
Yeah.
you.
There's
in
some
that sense.
results.
Because it's definitely out there.
It's kind of hard to like pinpoint it. You know what I'm saying? In certain areas and shit like that. So it's just like I always been open minded. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really like get it how you gotta get it. You feel me? But just don't be out here telling niggas bullshit.
One thing and then doing
Yeah.
another.
You feel me?
Yeah.
The hypocrisy definitely got to go in the church.
That's all.
Yep.
But that's it. And I just like fucking with Christians.
But I kind of want to go back to what you were saying, because you hit my soul really deep with what you were saying. Like, I definitely found myself, like, when I was trying to find myself, again, I'm a preacher's kid, so you know, and I'm African as well. So you have culture
you got
and
it bad.
religion, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
hammered
for
into my
sure.
brain. So once I was able to, you know, like, it's really when I went to college, I had that little bit of freedom. I wanted to get away from it. I didn't want to pray. I didn't want to, you know, do anything, nothing. It was just, but then it got to a point where it was like, damn, I can't even pray. Like, it was like I was forcing myself not to, even though times I wanted to. And it's like, okay, I don't have to identify as this thing, but in my soul, I know God is real.
Gotcha.
And I know God is here.
Yeah.
So why don't I say thank you to this being that is giving me this life that I cannot explain? I still sit here and get anxiety attacks because I'm just like, how am I alive right now? Like, what is science? Literally cannot come up with a single conclusion. It's all guesses. Why don't I just sit here and thank this ultimate being? You know, I really found myself, I had to kind of go back, like you said, and life's been great since then. Yeah.
It's good.
Life is crazy.
Well, that's what Future's-
Amen.
what
God
Future's-
bless. Amen. God bless. And we're gonna wrap it up.
On that
Episode
note.
51 of
Hey.
Books.
Yeah.
Eberechi, thank you for coming.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much. Yeah,
It
that's
was
perfect.
good.
Yeah,
Thanks.
good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Say it right, everybody. In the name.
Period.
And Marcellus, take us out, Marcellus.
Yeah. You already know what it is. Street Approved Podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's not approved until we say so. You feel me?
Man, new
It's-
tagline.
Thank you, Big E, for coming through
Thank
and dropping knowledge on us and expressing your feelings and all that. We
Great
appreciate
energy.
you. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be short with this one. It's Memorial Day weekend. You already know what I'm saying. So all you whores and sluts, be careful out there. You know what I'm saying? Wrap it up. Yeah, I already know how y'all gonna be at the beach. The beach is open. You know what I'm saying? So be safe. Say your prayers and get lit. You know what I'm saying?
The live show.
Oh yeah, June 24th. June 24th. Get your tickets right now. StreetPoolPodcast.com, Instagram, Twitter, everything. Buy your tickets right now. June 24th. We got our live show. You dig? We out of here.